Well, the White House press secretary firing back at CNN for criticizing President Trump's surprise visit to Iraq. The network posting an article online claiming troops may have violated military rules by getting MAGA hats signed by the president. Sarah Sanders tweeting, quote, CNN will attack anyone who supports President Trump, including the brave men and women of our military who fight every day to protect our freedom. Come on. Well, a new poll is ranking America's most admired women, and the First Lady landing at the number 4 spot, according to Gallup. She finishes behind Michelle Obama, who claimed the top spot from Hillary Clinton for the first time in 17 years. Clinton drops to 3rd behind Oprah. Well, this has a lot of people talking on social media. Penny on Facebook says, not on her best day, which we have never seen, can she hold a candle to First Lady Melania Trump. And John posts on Instagram, name any female VA nurse, any female fire, rescue, police officer, any female teacher making a difference. I agree. So let's talk about health care. It remains the top issue for voters this year, with recent Fox News polls showing 83% of voters are still concerned. Will 2019 be the year Republicans repeal and replace Obamacare like they have promised, or will a divided Congress derail reform yet again? Here to debate, Republican strategist Chandelle Summer and former National Justice Director for Bernie Sanders, Teslin Fergaro. Thank you both for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So let's talk about this. Senator Joe Manchin, he apparently on Monday pitched President Trump on this bipartisan fix that he's calling the Trump Repair Care, and it's aimed at reducing ACA premiums, stabilizing the market. It's based on the bipartisan agreement reached last year by Senators Lamar Alexander and Patty Murray. So, Chandelle, what do you think about this?
This is a bad idea. The whole idea of Obamacare has been a failed social experiment. 2 significant developments have occurred in the last year. Number one, President Trump refused to sign the cost-sharing reduction subsidies, basically defunding any repair to Obamacare by shoring up the deficit that is created by not having enough money in the system. This has caused premiums to really increase, and deductibles are high too, so you really can't get any health care at all. Not only are you paying more for your health care, if the whole cost of getting any services is increased because the deductibles are up. So furthermore, we now have the Texas legislation, which has determined that the individual mandate was unconstitutional. So basically, Obamacare is in a ditch right now, and they need to go ahead and get rid of it and start over.
Yeah, I was going to mention that ruling by the federal court in Texas. That was on December 14th. Teslin, so do you think they're going to be able to get out of the ditch?
No, I mean, I don't. You know, he can pitch it all day long. The problem is nobody's catching. You know, at the end of the day, this is a political move, and it's unfortunate because it's hurting a lot of people. When I talk about health care, I talk about it from a very personal standpoint, a purpose-driven standpoint. I was an employer with over 300 employees. I had to shut down my business due to health care reform. I also lost 2 parents, one while on the campaign trail, who just simply, my mom didn't want to stay in the hospital another night to incur costs, and I had to come off the Sanders campaign trail to pull the plug. I don't say that for pity. I say that to really bring this to people's attention, that this is a real issue. So any Democrat or any Republican that does not want to repair, I don't care how they do it, how they fix it, but anybody who puts that on hold for their own political agenda, it really saddens me, and it's really unfortunate. You know, the same type of games that we see with the border wall and holding this up and holding that up for political points is unfortunate and hurting the American people all the way around.
Absolutely. We can agree on that. One of the things we were just talking about is we can take a look at this poll, this Fox poll, that shows President Trump's handling of health care. 56% of people disapprove of it, and then 33% of it approve. So, Chandelle, what can he do to turn those numbers around? Get Congress or try to get them to come to some sort of agreement?
He can get them to repeal and replace Obamacare with whatever system we had before, because it's better than Obamacare. The problem with Obamacare is that premiums are so high that it is putting an onerous burden on Americans to pay the premiums each month. And then in combination, you have such high deductibles that you have to pay for your health care. So basically, you're paying a lot of money for nothing. You're getting no health care. The idea that The idea that the individual mandate was a tax has now been obliterated by the Tax Reform Act of 2017, and the Texas judge recently ruled that it was unconstitutional. So basically, this is the opportunity for Congress to act.
So, Teslin,
sure, we all need health care.
Yeah, absolutely, we do. And Teslin, this would be the second time the law would end up in the nation's highest court. You get the final word here.
Yeah, well, the bottom line is, Republicans had an opportunity to repeal and replace it before, as soon as they got in when they had control of the House and the Senate, and they did nothing. So certainly, Democrats are going to come through and give Trump this win. It's not about if they're concerned about if health care can be fixed. We all agree that it needs to be fixed. The question is, will they play political games in 2019? And I have breaking news. The answer is yes. They will play games. Nothing will be done, unfortunately.
All right. Thank you so much. You heard it here. We appreciate you both joining us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.